good. I'd like to make a motion, and then we go around and discuss it if anybody's interested in it, that the city not support this project, even though we don't really have a dog in the hunt, but it is going to affect our community. Because of its effect on our natural beauty and tourism. And it has a large amount of tax subsidies tied to it. I'd like to ask the county commission to join us in that.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to not support the Apex Wind project. As you said, the city has nothing to do with it, since it is in the county. There are people for it and people against it. I personally have business in that area, and as this comes to a vote, I will be abstaining.
May I address the council?
Yes, sir.
I was disappointed when I got the letter from Senator Alexander. First of all, everybody has their own opinions. I recognize that. I also recognize that there's a large contingency out of Fairfield Glade that are opposed to it. That's fine. Everybody can have their own decisions. I have some reservations as to the information that was provided by government mail outs. For one thing, the discussion of interfering with tourism. Pebble Beach has one outside of it. So does 29, or not 29 Palms, but Palm Springs. It doesn't seem to bother them any. You drive all over the United States, especially out west, and they're everywhere. I was out underneath one 3 weeks ago. I didn't hear any noises. There was a comment that we don't need it, we have plenty of power. You'll recall that when we had the drought, we were told to turn our air conditioners off during the day because we did not have enough power. Now we have a new nuclear power plant coming online, granted. But what everybody should understand is that the grids for electricity are all tied together in the US and Canada. That means over at Hoover Dam or Oxbow or anywhere where electricity is being produced, it's tied right to here. It all interfaces. It's all phased in and it all interfaces. People don't like nuclear waste. Some people worry about the safety. People don't want to dam up any more rivers and stop the fish. No more hydroelectricity. They don't want solar panels because it obstructs the travel of tortoises. Don't want wind farms because it may kill a bird or make noise or whatever, okay? Somebody has to start thinking, because since I've lived in this county, I've seen the county grow. That growth is directly related to the usage of power. So, are we going to use renewable power? I have friends, close friends, that are absolutely opposed to this because of grant money. I'm not going to go there, okay? I believe that this is not going to hurt the county. I think that that's misinformation. I believe the prudent or imprudence of the use of grant money to help a private facility to make money depends on which argument you want to stand on. We use it all the time. Let's use grant money. Let's use grant money. It doesn't matter that when we get done spending it, we only get about 40 cents on the dollar. But it's politically popular right now to be opposed to that. So I'm not going to support this motion. I'm going to let those people go out there and take care of their business. They did a business plan here 5 years ago, and now they're proceeding. And if somebody else wants to be the Don Quixote of this, they could be the Don Quixote. But I'm for letting them go ahead with this project. That's all I
Can
have to
you
say.
reread the motion back, Sally?
Motion is to not support the project and ask the county to join in opposition.
Any other discussion on this matter?
I've got kind of,
Yes, sir.
unlike Mr. Souza, I'm not gonna support this and take the chance of us losing our appeal in our community. That's how we got to where we're at. I talked with Cameron Sexton, he opposed it. Congresswoman Diane Black opposed it. Senator Paul Bailey, Senator Lamar Alexander, they all opposed it. And, there's not going to be anything that's going to attract anybody to Cumberland County with this thing. So I'd like for somebody to tell me, and I haven't been able to find this out yet, one positive point to this. It's not going to have any local jobs to speak of.
Property tax?
The property tax is already being paid.
There's additional personal property tax on these windmills. It's reported at what, $364,000 or something like that, additional income to the county, which amounts to a 2-cent property tax increase on the county.
I think that depends on what power leaves there headed to another state.
It may not even, we don't know where it's going to go.
Exactly.
Of course, as the Chronicle reported, there were windmills at Windrock are owned by TVA. So TVA could be using the power. It's also been reported that it's been reported that TVA's got so much power they're going to shut down the plant. Which it's also been reported that TVA is purchasing power from 4 other entities. So if they're shutting down the plant, it may not be because they've got excess power. It may be because that particular plant is dilapidated and run down. There's lots of discussion back and forth either way.
Yeah.
Pros and cons from all directions.
I have the floor.
Yes, sir.
For my second time and last. What positive things can come from this? First of all, those people, and it's going to be a long project, working there are going to stay here and they're going to spend money. We're talking about bringing in golfers. They're going to stay here and they're going to spend money where they're putting it up. Second of all, there will be tax revenue based on that. I can't tell you how much. Third, there's going to be power. And it's like I said before, the citizens of this country need to wake up and make it a logical decision where that power comes from. Or we're going to go by the wayside, like New York and like California, and have rolling brownouts. We have a drought, and the power that we produce from our hydroelectric TVA things are reduced. It's going to have to come from somewhere. They'll say that this is only temporary power, it's not stored. Well, that's correct. That's absolutely correct. But it's still power. It's like an oil well. That oil well is not going to produce all the fuel for Crossville, but it will produce fuel for some of the vehicles in Crossville, whether it's in Saudi Arabia, California, or Texas. The whole United States has to get together, make decisions, and make long-term plans on power. And I'm a little pro on clean power.
Any other discussion?
Mayor, I'd like to thank Councilman White for putting this on the agenda. It's something I've definitely been discussing with some folks, and there's a lot of unhappy folks out there, and I don't think I've run into one besides Mr. Souza here tonight that actually supports this windmill farm. I really believe it's gonna be an eyesore for this community. It is gonna affect the city of Crossville negatively, and I'm not gonna support it.
Any other comments? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Souza,
No?
Councilmember Wyatt, Councilmember Curley, Mayor Becker.
I abstain. Motion fails.
Passes.
Passes. Next item on the agenda, discussion and action on the